Representative of the International Career Support Association.
Thank you, Mr. President. I stand here to denounce a grave injustice. Rodrigo Roa Duterte, 80 years old, former president of the Philippines, who bravely fought illegal drugs to protect millions, has been unlawfully removed from the homeland and held in the prolonged pre-trial detention by the ICC in The Hague. This is a political persecution and not justice. The current administration extradited him without due process, bypassing Philippine courts and violating national sovereignty. He was extradited without any due process and no local court. Incidentally, since March 11, 2025, exactly 1 year ago today, this elderly leader has endured detention, separated from family and serious health issues. Global rallies and protests in The Hague and throughout the world demands the interim release, which has been unlawfully denied by the ICC 3 times. This over 1 year pretrial detention raises profound question about compliance with the Rome Statute's guarantees of human treatment and speedy trial. It is an affront to human dignity and the abuse of international justice for political ends. We urge this Council to demand humanitarian review and interim release of President Duterte. Justice must be fair, not a weapon against the people. The majority of the Filipino voice will not be silenced and depressed. Thank you very much.
And I'll give the floor to the distinguished representative of the Philippines.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Philippines promotes and protects human rights at home because it believes it is a continuing process that begins nationally, sustained by strong democratic institutions and reinforced by constructive engagement with the international community. The Philippines has built robust norms and institutions that recognize the inherent interdependence and indivisibility of all human rights and the importance of multi-stakeholder participatory processes for their effective realization. In 2024, we adopted our 4th Human Rights Plan, a roadmap for enhanced implementation of our human rights obligations. In December last year, we convened our first National Human Rights Forum, bringing together government, civil society, and other partners to assess progress and strengthen cooperation in advancing human rights reforms. However, human rights promotion at home cannot be pursued in isolation from developments in the international arena. Today's human rights challenges are increasingly complex, whose impacts transcend borders, from escalating conflicts and climate change to economic shocks and transnational crimes, to name a few. These pressures impinge on the enjoyment of human rights, disproportionately affecting those already in situations of vulnerability. Addressing them effectively requires an international environment where peace and security prevail, where international law is consistently respected by all, and where multilateral institutions are strong and credible. Regretfully, these enabling conditions are increasingly under strain. This is the context in which the Council marks its 20th anniversary and the challenge to which it must respond. To remain relevant and effective, this Council must continue to serve as the world's conscience for human rights and the rule of law. Equally important, it must remain a platform for genuine dialogue and cooperation that assists states as duty bearers in fulfilling their obligations in full respect of